So take that in and embrace that silence just for a moment. Knowing that we are in the presence of the one power, the one life, the one love, the pure light of consciousness. From this place of awareness, we enter into that consciousness, that oneness, and we know that we are whole. We are in union with the one. And knowing that unity and uniformity are not the same. Each one of us is an individual expression, unique in our own divine spark, our own gift to the world. And so we allow this gift to move in and through and as us into the world. As we become the peace, we become the love, we express the joy, and we share the abundance that is the truth of who we are. And I give thanks for this with deep gratitude. I let this truth live in me. Because this is true for me, this is true for each one of us. And I release my word into the law, knowing that it is already returned fulfilled. And so it is. Now, Colleen.
No. Can I get more volume so I can hear more? Piano. Thank you. What a treat to see each one of you. Hi. And how about our Zoomers? Are they're able? Yay. Well, who's going to be my witness protection? So welcome to your place of rest and stillness and just breathing. I was just so soaking in how lovely it is to be here next to the lake, because these waves are like our own breath, aren't they? And for you on Zoom, you can imagine being at the water's edge, missing these very gently lapping waves and letting our breath be like the stillness on the water. Here in the stillness, I will find my peace as I behold the light in me. The Spirit calls me, come aside and rest. Now I listen as I breathe. Be still, be still, be still, and know that I am every fear. Now I'm rejoicing as I breathe. Be still, be still, be still, and know that I am peace. Be still, be still, and know that I am in the raging storm, in the sleepless night, when the pain goes on with no end in sight. I am here, I am now, I am deep inside, I am all around. Peace, be still, and know that I am here in the stillness. I am knows me in the stillness. I am loves me. Be still. Peace. Be still. I am peace. Be still. Let's just let the stillness breathe us. And we rest in that breath, in that breathing. All is well. I am here. And we're going to continue our time together. Going to be doing something a little different from the stillness. And the stillness is abiding here with us as us. Whether we're sitting in the circle or sitting in our homes, that same stillness enfolds us all, enfolds us. And we expand that stillness with our breath. And allow all of our being to surrender to that awareness. With gratitude. I'm going to read a really short Rumi poem. And I invite you to listen to its truth. And then we're going to make it our own. We are stars wrapped in skin. The light you are seeking has always been within. And so just gently, whatever part of your body just kind of needs to wake up. Could be your heart, could be your solar plexus. We've had a bit of a chaotic start to our morning. Are you having a hard time hearing me? I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do about that. I'll come. I'll come up here. Okay. So let's put one hand, if it feels right to you, over your heart. And I'd like to put another hand here. Just feels good. And let's make this our own as we go into the next unfolding here. I am a star wrapped in skin. Want to say that with me? I am a star wrapped in skin. The light I have been seeking has always been within. The light I have been seeking has always been within. Oh, yes. I brought some friends along. They're little friends. And I'm going to introduce you to them. Okay, they're right here. Okay. They don't look like much, right? This one looks pretty good. I sharpened this one. So there's a little, let's see, I want you to hear me. I'm wondering what I should do. Okay. I'll just pass them around. Here, here's some for you. And here's some from you. So they look like this. No, let's see. Yeah, okay. I guess that. Okay. Well, it's a raggy pencil. It's a colored pencil. And so the story is that I was we usually walk around every mid-morning-ish with Lila around our hood, and we live in a kind of very rural place. The roads are real rough and rugged, and there is a bus stop near us with one person who goes on and off the bus, and apparently that person dropped their colored pencils, and we noticed them as we walked along the road, just kind of laying in the dirt, and we walked over them and around them several days, and they weathered a bit, and the person who dropped them never picked them up. And one day we were walking back home, and it's like I got a tap on the shoulder to turn around and pick up the pencils. I'm like, they're kind of at that point muddy. And I'm like, okay, I'll pick up the pencils. So I picked them up and just brought them home and, washed them a little bit. And they just were drying on next to the sink. And Shazam, I'm like, oh, there I am. I am the pencil. And you know how things just synchronously come to you when you really need to know something beyond your mindy knowing, but in your lifey way of knowing. So all these different little pencil messages started dropping in, and I'm open to see if you have any of your own. First of all, I didn't know if the pencils would even work anymore because they were in pretty rough shape. And I know Penny tried to come and help this morning. She got back from India. She was in pretty rough shape. She's got a cough. So she got some nicks on the outside of her pencil there. And what else might come to your mind as to what is on the exterior of our pencils. If we were to metaphorize ourselves as a pencil, what might be on the outside? It's not looking that good. Doesn't look so great. Yeah, Shirley.
So I don't know, maybe there's something that's going to be coming to me that I will say, oh, that must have been it.
Interesting. There might be a message coming to us. And I love that because sometimes we get so into being spiritual that we forget about our bodies. And our bodies might be really embodying a message that some part of us needs to listen to and see. So thank you for that. Very important. Yeah, Sue.
Two things. The important stuff is on the inside. And second of all, today is the 28th, and I've been doing the Course in Miracles workbook. Today is the 28th day, and the beginning of the Course in Miracles has a whole lot of, I don't know what anything is for, I don't know what that shoe is for, I don't know what that dog's collar is for,
Yes.
do a whole lot of that. Today's lesson is, I would like to see things differently, and you're supposed to go around the room and say, I would like to see this temple differently. What things are truly for.
I would like to see things differently. I'll sit with that. Thank you. Yes. I tried to get my baby to hold a marker, a pencil. He wasn't ready. He resisted. Oh, Nancy, I can't, okay. Okay. I'm trying to can you hear me okay? Okay. Maybe. Shirley was saying that on her pencil, there was some gold lettering that she could not quite, I'm looking at you here, she could not quite read. And she felt that might have been a personal message to her that some sparkly stuff may be becoming clearer at any point. Yeah. And we talked about how the sparkly stuff on our exterior, which is, we generally think of our exterior as our body, there might be some sparkly stuff coming through to us. Hey, in our body, from our body, that actually could be very, well, golden is, yeah, the best. Right. And I don't know if and Sue was talking about in her Course of Miracles, that today's numeric message is about, I feel like I'm doing my final exam.
Okay, so at the beginning of the Course in Miracles, you spend a lot of time learning that you don't know what anything is for. And the early lessons, you look around the room and you say, I don't know what this cord is for. I don't know what that bottle is for. I don't know what this pencil is for. Day 28 is, I would like to see things differently. And so you look around the room and say, I would like to see this pencil differently. I also said about the pencil that the good stuff is on the inside, just like with us.
Awesome. Okay.
So I know this started out about these pencils, but I think that was probably an allegorical question. And it's more about what's going on in our own lives that seem to be a bit battered and bruised, left in the mud and ignored, stepped over, walked around. I just got back from vacation. The
a lovely 10 days where it's warm and sunny and gorgeous. And I couldn't wait to get home. And what got my attention is that I am not super comfortable being in close proximity to a lot of other people for very long. And I was completely out of my comfort zone. And I had a wonderful time. It was lovely. I should have made the trip a lot shorter. And it gave me something really to think about why I'm so off balance when I have other people in my space, too many of them for too long.
Interesting. May I see one of those pencils? Yes. Oh, thank you. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, so for me, the pencil I picked up was the one that has a lot of scratches on the outside, and it looks like it's been chewed on, and it reminded me of I had my first husband who's passed away, but in our house there was always whatever pen or pencil he had been using always was really chewed up a lot. And so it reminds me, it's an example of when people have anxiety, it comes out in ways that we don't think about, but it's there. So it's a reminder that seeing the anxiety in other people, being cognizant of it and being, what's the right word, making it safe, a safe place, and supporting them to process it. The other thing about it, though, is about always having, most of the, make sure it wasn't one of my favorite pens, but that we share these pens and pencils, and so that it is part of our collective activity that we share not only the good stuff inside of the pencils, but also the anxiety or whatever shows up on the outside in our team.
Thank you. What lovely gems. I'm going to continue my pencil story. So I thought, well, when I picked up the pencils, none of them had been sharpened and all the leads were gone. And so I thought, well, I'll just sharpen one. And I didn't have a pencil sharpener. All I had was these sharpeners for eyeliner things. So I like, well, that'll work, right? And then and I thought, oh, this would be a great lesson. And so I started sharpening the pencil with the eyeliner thing, and the lead kept falling out. I'm like, oh no, what does it mean? And so I asked Chris, do you have a pencil sharpener? And we couldn't find one. And then I remembered that this was had been in our friend's storage unit, and we snagged it instead of passing it along. And I'm like, well, this is the grandfather of pencil sharpeners, but it needed batteries. And so I'm like, oh, and I thought, oh, how scary for the pencil to drop in like that, right? And, we were talking about stillness, and we don't reach out and grab stillness, right? We drop into stillness. And that's one way of seeing it. We drop in, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't want to drop in to stillness. And I think it's because something could happen in the stillness. I don't think she likes to either. Voila. Now, at first, when I told Chris, hey, my pencil sharpener's not working, he's like, well, maybe the pencils are just messed up and, they're ruined. I'm like, no, can't be. They're fine. I know they're fine. And you know what? They're fine. The pencils are fine. If they were not intact, if our bodies were broken and, we were, disintegrating, that's a different story. These pencils were intact. They were battered. They were dirty. They were intact. They're fine. And we're all to some degree, we may be battered, we may be dirty, we're soiled, we've got residue, we've got trauma, we've got all kinds of things. But you know what? When we drop in and the blade is sharp, the eyeliner blade thing is not going to cut it. No matter how fancy the other crayon-y sharpener thing looks, it could look great, could have a wonderful cover. You know, we might think, well, you know, this book looks like a really good sharpener for me. I think I like the cover on it. If the blade's not sharp, it's not going to do the job it's meant to do. And I thought, well, you know, I remember when I was in art class in high school, we didn't have pencil sharpeners. My art teacher was a Native American. Doggone it, we used knives to sharpen. We didn't know, we learned how to use a knife. And the only thing that mattered was our skill and the quality of the blade. So we are responsible, you know, if we're going to drop in with some truth to learn and embody truth, you know, we're responsible to make sure that truth is of the quality that's going to do the job. And then here we are, Pam was talking about how we're all together. You know, we share our pencils, and we sometimes wonder, like, what's the big deal? Like, so what? You know, it's a pencil, you know. But I remembered yesterday, actually, that I used to like to draw with colored pencils. And we think, oh, I'm just a pencil. I'm just this color. This happens to be my favorite color. What could I do? You know, but when we are dropping in together, we're all sharp. We're all ready to be of use. Things can happen, right? So this is just something I did with colored pencils one day a while back. It took some time, right? But if you looked at this, you'd see there's some yellow, there's some green, there's brown, there's a lot of different colors. And when we come together with this one intention, knowing that we're responsible, I am responsible for the state of my pencil, the pencil that I am. I'm responsible for, you know, keeping the outside clean enough to be not making a mess on things and keeping the blade sharp and using it, putting it on the paper and moving it around. You know, it doesn't do any good in the box, and whatever student left it on the ground, it's not doing them any good. You know, so we need to surrender who we are, knowing that something beautiful is happening here. And am I willing to surrender and be a part of this masterpiece as the masterpiece that I am, that we are? So thank you for meeting my pencils and your pencils. Thank you for not being afraid to drop into the sharpener. We know the sharpener is really scary. When we come to stillness and what's, oh, okay. All right, here we go. Well, there you go. So when we feel a hesitancy to drop in to the stillness, remember the result, right? What happens to the color? And what happens to the, well, we know, we can see what happens to the stuff that's not the color. It's no longer impeding. It's no longer in the way. It's gone, right? Yeah, it's not good or bad. It's just not there. It's just dissolved. It can go in the earth and do good things. Okay, I would like us just for a moment to just pretend. Let's all stand if you feel like it, and if you don't, it's fine. I think of pencils we do this in Tai Chi. We just kind of stand and feel our feet first. I like to just kind of do this with my feet. And when I come to the balls of my feet, there's a special connection that happens. As Thich Nhat Hanh would say, you know, it's like I'm giving the earth a kiss. You know, there's some gratitude coming from my heart down through my feet and just saying, thank you for holding me up. This is not a small thing. And as I'm kind of feeling down into the earth, I almost feel some nurturance coming up from the earth and coming right back into my feet. And with my breath, I can just draw that up into my legs, into my core, right up my spinal cord. And it's like I'm a tree. It just comes right up through my head, and I can lift my branches up, and that nurturance comes right out the tips of my branches like my fingers. And it says, thank you to the sky. Thank you, sky, giving me light, giving me life. And there's life now coming from the sky, from the sun, into the tips of my twigs and my branches and limbs. And I'm taking that in and uniting that into that life sap within me as a tree. I've gone from being a pencil to a tree, and that it's going down into the earth again. Thank you to the earth. And the earth receiving that and saying, hey, I have something for you. And sending that nurturing, rich love from my feet to my legs, up my torso, my throat, my head. And I lift my hands and I surrender and say thank you to the sky. And let's just breathe that life and that light. We feel the power of life coming from the earth through our bodies. And we feel that light, that love coming through our fingers into our crown. And all those thoughts that are unsettled, they open to the light, to that love. And they let it go, and it drops down into the earth. And we circulate that with our breath. We can move any which way we like. I think of the wind, how the wind wraps around the trees, how the wind goes through my limbs and my branches, and how I comb the wind as it goes through. Just feel all the movement, all the life. And here we are, sinking deep in the earth, reaching far into the sky, feeling the love, feeling the life in between the earth and the sky, all blended together. And you can remain standing if you'd like, or I will. If you'd like to sit, you can. And this is just a simple little chant. I invite you to feel it. I am rooted deep in truth as I grow towards the light. I am rooted deep in truth as I grow in the light. I am rooted deep in in truth, as I grow in the light, I am rooted deep in truth. As I grow in the light, I am rooted deep in truth. As I grow in the light, I am rooted deep in truth. As I grow in the light, I am rooted deep in truth. As I grow in the light, as I grow as the light, as I grow as the light. Just feel the nature of your beingness and our beingness together. Together we're like an aspen grove. We look different above the ground, but as we know, just under the surface of the ground, there's all kinds of roots intermingling. And so we are, all one. And we breathe a breath of thanks for our oneness, for the richness of the truth that roots us, for the brightness of the love that flows through us as us, circulating into every part of our being, every part of our lives, knowing that all that concerns us is being perfected, and in the timelessness of the one, it is already done. Bless you. If there's a word that is surfacing for you now, a word, can you guys hear me? Okay. What word is most clear to you right now that might describe some aspect of the I am? The I am that you are, that we are, that is all in all. We talked about peace, or we sang about peace. If we are going to celebrate and just pause for a moment and feel into some aspect of I am. If you have a word, and on Zoom you could put it in the chat. If you have a word in the circle, just lift up your finger. Yes, Shirley. Light. Yes. Connection. Light. Connection. Michael. Belonging. Beautiful. Light. Connection. I am light. Light I am. 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 I am connection. Just a little tangent. Let's see what time it is. Okay. As within, so without. Yes. We're going to have a moment to expand the deliciousness that we find in connection, in belonging in the one, in being a ray of light. As we've dropped into knowing, becoming more aware of the great mystery that holds us, that knows us, loves us, breathes us, reminds us of our wholeness, reminds us of our completeness. We can extend from there. And so Ho'oponopono is just a simple way of doing that. And I invite you just to speak after me these 4 very simple prayers, declarations, words, energy holders. And to feel it through our heart. Because there's so much suffering going on right now. Story or not, it's hard. A lot of people, even our own selves. And so we hold that, and from the stillness, from what is beyond suffering, what is changeless, we say, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Ho'opono, pono. Ho'o means to make. Pono, pono, to make right. Deeply, deeply right. Ho'opono, pono. And as Brenda has been helping us to feel our part in peace on earth, as she says, it's an inside job. We're going to use our voices and use our breath and our hearts to sing this right to the root of what's going on. The stuff we know about that's horrifying, the stuff we don't know about that's just as horrifying. It's all horrifying. And in Ho'oponopono, we kind of pray it in a little we let the prayer go down first, goes deep down inside us into our inner child, into our subconscious. And from that place, that subconscious kind of connects to the collective. As you know, sometimes it's hard to say what's our stuff and what's not our stuff and what's the collective. So the prayer goes down. We say it to our own hurt little child within us. And from there it goes to the collective. And it rises up all the way into the heart of the divine. And we feel that in our own hearts as an expression of the divine. And so for peace on earth, whatever that looks like, however it unfolds, wherever this war started, whatever the roots are of this suffering and this destruction, this heartbreaks, this pain, we say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, forgive me, forgive me. Thank you, thank you, I love you, I love you. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, forgive me, forgive me. Thank you, I love you with all your heart. I'm sorry, forgive me, forgive me. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, forgive me, forgive me. Thank you, I love 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 you. We send that out. We feel it in our own beings. We send it to our own child within us. Great thanks that we are heard, that we are seen, we are loved. We are one. Giving thanks. Feeling the light, the warmth, the fire, the healing. Thanks to the stillness, to the awareness that we are. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Colleen. What a gift you are to our community. Thank you. So now is our prosperity time. And at Center for Spiritual Living, Tahoe-Truckee, we know that God is our infinite source for our center and for each of us as individuals. So there's a basket that Shirley has for your gifts. And we also have many ways to give. Donations of your time, your talent, your treasure to our center. They all support our vision of embracing all and serving with love while awakening to the one. We are grateful for your gifts in support of our center. So if you will everything, I give thanks. I gratefully and joyfully share my offering, which flows from God, my infinite source. My gift blesses this center and all who are guided, healed, and empowered by its activities. Thank you. So I'd like to offer a special thank you to a very small number of people who just they were like Atlas and they moved the world. So Penny, I hope you're feeling better soon. Diana back there, Sue, Adam, and everyone else who had a hand in making this momentous move possible. I am so grateful, and I know that as a community, we are so blessed by your presence among us and your willingness to share your wisdom and your strength and your tenacity and your vibrant livingness to help make all of this happen. So thank you very, very much. And with that, please join us for hospitality.